year. You need to go through series like this to really run the tests and actually have those outcomes, right? Have that to go away and prep further on.
Lights out and away we go. Diving into this Carmine core will be on that defending side, and that means that Gentlemates get to set the tone, set the tempo. And I want to see how they look here. This is completely new to our eyes. How well is this crafted?
A slow start here. Martin wants to kind of shoulder. We'll try and deal with the dog, but actually force back a little deeper here. Got to avoid the stun coming through. It actually does TP out. Back up to down to 40 actually.
Towards heaven. Look to the amount of rotations they're putting so much stock and faith behind this. They have pulled everyone over here, but look to where the spike is. Other side of the map. It's all a ruse. And they've succeeded, and then some.
Well,
They'll get a plant.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for maybe a late lurk in middle, because of course now the penny's dropping for Carmine core. They're going, guys, there's no one else here. It was just a tank running at us. But I like this deeper positioning coming out from Takas as well, trying to get a foothold towards CT. Pain Shell going to come in. That should catch a bit of damage, but it's actually Takas to fall. That's an issue. Losing ground towards CT could cause problems here.
That's tough there as well with the paranoia available. Definitely could have made a play off that. Whaler's revealed also. So has to respect this pressure coming through.
Gonna be, oh, lovely paranoia. Didn't quite catch the earlier players dropping down, leaving Logan with it all to do. And it's 5 standing from Carmine core. Collected, worked as a unit, diligent on retaking that space towards CT, playing from heaven as a collective. It all lined up there, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the approach here from Gentlemates. Like I said, able to sell that fake really effectively. Unfortunately, can't really convert that into, you know, space taken away ahead of the rotation of KC. Whether or not another, 3 or 4 seconds would make the difference here. Set an opportunity. Takas and Whalers to get something done on the back of the paranoia here. I mean, even the dash pop preemptively sort of signifies the, Takas's intent in that situation. Whether or not, I mean, initially they're expecting somebody still to be there ahead of, obviously, no spike audio cue given away on A site.
It's looking like we're going to be in for a game of the Fakey boys here. Vast majority of Gentlemates posturing towards B, but I kind of like this approach of taking space, some commitment from Carmine core. Apply that pressure, force Gentlemates to use that very limited amount of utility they'll be coming in here with, just to clear through B main potentially, but again, the spike is trying to ferry its way through towards A. Nothing seen so far for Martin, however, you can see where that spike is. Bayaz up towards heaven now. And if they can get a plant, maybe cost them a body or two, you'd be happy enough.
Well, Gentlemate's probably just testing the waters here. Well, testing the waters to try and get that orb in the tank, and Shin quick on the punish. She gets a ton of damage onto Takas. Well, was tagged up earlier in the round, but down to 2 HP now.
They're just not being given chances. Look how deep Carmine core are sitting towards the safe side as well. Maybe noting, obviously, the flash that came through. So they are aware that someone was on this side of the map, but I like this, playing very, very passive, not allowing them to close that gap. Yeah,
this is sort of a probe round for Gentlemates, and KC don't really want to give too much of the game away here. Don't want to show any of these deeper setups, so to force their hand in that regard. They can work for it a little bit. Get away with the plant here, though.
That's not bad.
10
Takas
seconds
is going to fall in the meantime. He was tagged up very early. Can they cost Carmine core a body? Keep in mind, the first round was flawless. Well, they get 2 back-to-back.
Still 2 sheriffs here.
Yeah, Whalers does have 1, Logan the other, and we know what Logan can do.
Yeah.
That's a throwback if you remember it, but man's got talent, and it's Tomasi to find Whalers. Logan is going to find some damage and need a lot more. He's going to take down 2. I mean, plant, 2 kills. You're not too upset, but for Carmine core, business as usual.
Not necessarily sweating too much just yet. Numbers advantage on the way back in, so like I said, tough to really make anything happen with these 2 sheriffs.
Enemy down.
Spot that one from Tomasi, just straight through the smoke. Yeah, this is the one here where maybe an inkling how Gentlemates want to approach in terms of the bigger picture here on the attack. Early on, obviously trying to pump a fake in the pistol, which was effective, but I guess lost out in terms of capitalizing elsewhere after the plant comes through.
Toxins going up.
Okay. Same, similar wall towards A. Logan, so going to try and keep that maintained. And the early pressure towards middle as well. So Dog going to be committed up towards heaven, sees nothing. Tomasi will be waiting on the other side towards vent. So again, just cycling through the smokes. It's the early pump now. I wonder if KC clear off the back of this or if they pause. I'm looking to see if they retake this space. They are gathering up towards heaven. Maybe a pop flash through the smoke here could force Tomasi off the angle. Yeah, fully blinded. Shin and Narrate though in unison. And Gentlemate's just walking into a trap. Carmine Core will re-clear that space. They will double check for that.
Both duelists fall as well. So really takes the punch out of any further attempt that Gentlemates will have here. Logan, I guess initially puts out a bit of alert, but he will be the front man for the remaining 3 of Gentlemates.
Poison's off.
Again, Martin not giving anything away here. Happy to commit towards a retake.
Playing so disciplined.
And I guess actually, yeah, if it's going to be kind of this double front line from Gentlemates, Carmine Core are going to look towards mid. They're going to look to remove that pressure point so that the site retake is a little easier. Or actually, any site execution after that is a little easier without your duelists.
Again, you can already see the early utility being used by Magnum as well. Very aware they'd want to take that space towards CT, so going to force them away, push them a little bit deeper towards the side. Whalers needs to over-deliver here. He can only get 1 in a trade for Tomasi. Now Carmine Core removing all of that safety, all of that space. Logan overwhelmed. It's all on Bayaz. He can only do so much. Carmine Core, so regimented. Mike, the last couple of rounds, they've looked disciplined, they've looked diligent, and they've looked well rehearsed how to deal with a team like Gentlemates. Yeah,
and like I said, with these 2 duelists, that's ultimately what Gentlemates want to achieve, is to really, kind of get themselves into a pressure point and remove that structure, remove the comfort that KC have from playing like this. Unfortunately, Gentlemates lose now here in the buy round. Early on in mid, like I said, it takes away that bite towards any sort of execution. Gentlemates still going to have some funds to invest here. Logan's going to be the one to struggle. At least, call it rifles across the board.
Bomb buddy out.
And coming into round 4, still no ultimate for the tank. He's been well handled, well controlled so far, and even here, Magnum denying this orb.
And again, it feels like Carmine Core have come into this with a priority list. And again, yeah, there's no tape on Gentlemates here, but their playstyle is still their playstyle, right? You still know what you're kind of coming up against when you're against Gentlemates. That high priority on getting the ult on the tank, the high priority on how they play the splits, the fakes they love to try and pull. So again, they look prepared. Magnum's got to be careful. Could have been overwhelmed there. You can see on the X-ray how close to danger he was, but again, the tether really hindering that. Perfect application.
Eyes on the rate here, sending one off the showstopper. As he tested on ramp, and Logan actually comes out on top.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's an upgrade to be had. And now they're losing some of that space, some of that safety. Taking over heaven. Takas going to find Magnum, taken away from the side, but the cross isn't secured. Narrate's still standing, and he's seen so many bodies. Shin tries to swing back in. He's down to Martin and Narrate. He's bumped the rocket. He's trying to. Does he find anyone in time? He absolutely does. Bayaz goes down. 2v2 now. Both locked out, and look where the spike is. This is now a standoff. Who blinks first? The angle's so good for Martin, but Narrate bails him out, trying to come back through. Narrate digging his heels into that round. That looked close from Gentlemates.
Definitely, but both sides of the coin here, you can see initially, KC up to the challenge. Losing 2 members, happy to go toe-to-toe and kind of equalize that advantage. And then it just comes down to solid fundamentals at the end here. The trading, perfect between Martin and Narrate.
And how many times did we kind of lean into that narrative when we're talking about Carmine Core previous to now, right? It's the fundamentals that we really enjoy from them. They're pumped up, man. And again, the fundamentals just mean the spacing, the trading. There is so much about how this team approached this game that gave people that look back on your gambits, the Eng approach, right? That everyone likes seeing.
Here.
But yeah, I haven't necessarily seen them really fully invest towards sending Takas and the tank forwards.
There.
Slow burn through mid that wasn't successful.
Yeah, need to see Natank get activated. Yet to even get on the board kill-wise, so for him, not the start he'd be hoping for. And it looks like Carmine Core kind of reading this as, once again, maybe one of those mid-pieces that we know that Gentlemates have been running. But actually, it's Martin. Confirms attendance, that's Logan now removed. And they've already responded. You've already seen the players being pulled over. Tomasi starting to lean a little bit closer in towards those vents.
Gun here.
Gentlemen don't want to force the issue just yet. Still some time to play with, but eyes towards mid here as the tank trying to find something through and well.
Where was that crosshair? Because it wasn't on him.
It wasn't on Shin, that's for sure.
Hey, if you're in a tank, you take him when you get him. You've not been having the best of starts. Maybe that's a nice little confidence booster. But now they've had a pick kind of in middle. It's left a hole in KC, right? Now how do they fill this? How do they plug that? We've already seen the response from Magnum to come back over towards Heaven.
I was going to say, yeah, with this smoke going up, it almost starts to sell a fake, but
30 seconds left.
Magnum...
Got to put a body behind it, though. Got to do
Yeah, I was going to say, the problem being Bayaz has now slipped in, got this weapon, which won't be confirmed.
They still don't have the site. Look how many bodies are here. There's still 2 bodies on this site. They have nothing to break them away from it, and they've got 14 seconds. I think they've run it a little late. The concept was correct, but Carmine Core unfazed by this. Spike now left towards Heaven. It's too late in the day. Narrate and Magnum mopping them up. Needs to be quicker on that, Mike.
Yeah, chance for Bayaz to slip into the back lines here with Narrate still kind of holding down the fort on B, but I guess a little bit of hesitance on his part. We make that rifle work, and it's 5 unanswered now. I mean, other than this kill, really difficult for Gentlemates to really find a pressure point.
10 seconds left.
Or even focus together on a pressure point. Narrate snappy on the adjustment there. About to satchel. It looked like he was about to satchel.
Oh, he's learning where the camera is.
But Ultimate's now finally coming online for Gentlemates in round 6.
Yeah, but look at the stack. Look how many people are waiting on this side. They've read it. They've read this so well. They've read them like a goddamn book. Magnum sends them away. Even with all of this, Carmine Core have Gentlemates' number. The entries are not working out. They've lost out on Takas and the tank again in a blink of an eye.
You have to keep an eye on these rounds where they're falling even ahead of where Gentlemates are getting set up. Even get themselves in a position to choreograph some of these site hits. Now back into a position where a minute left on the clock, having to walk back around the map, try and isolate a player on the side of KC. Yeah, not going to get much here with Tamazi shouldering. Snakebite will go in, expecting the peak to come through. Yeah, actually does spot the first, but yeah, it's quick for the trade.
But even with this pick, there's still 2 players posted on either side of the
Yeah.
map, and it's going to be very hard to disrupt them. As you highlighted, Bayaz does still have some utility to play with, so maybe could be a little bit more disruptive, but we're down to 30 seconds. And yeah, Tomasi caught enough of a shoulder there just as he came back through on the peak. Flashed in, swings. Still playing patiently. Forced off the angle, and he's just playing in his teammate. He's playing in Martine. This is that work in unison. Lovely synergy between the players on Carmine Core. It's stunning. That is absolutely stunning. It just felt unthreatening. Carmine Core never looked pressured there.
No, we've not seen that really in many rounds, to be honest. Back to the same point once again. Gentlemates is unable to really find a pressure point. Tough now, 6 unanswered. Already have 1 timeout through, and it looks as if there's been much of an adjustment, or I mean, much success on the back of that.
An approach, right? I was wondering if Gentlemates could be disruptive enough. I think so far they have not been. They've not been able to reach that point yet. And I want to see if maybe this is when Carmine Core turn the screws themselves.
Barely caused a ripple, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, main objectives here early on is to force an adjustment of KC on the defensive side, right? Force them into stacking towards an area of the map, an extremity maybe, but they're happy to just kind of rotate through these setups here, and the difference this time being a Viper's Pit over towards B, so we'll see that focus shift towards mid, maybe towards vents a little bit. Gentlemates here much earlier this time around and haven't taken too much damage.
I was about to say, first time we've really seen this top mid control gained without losing any player for it. Yeah, and the tank taking a little bit of chip damage, but that's fine. I want to see what happens now to Carmine Core. They've been pushed away from this. Narrate opting correctly to back away. Doesn't want to entertain what Natang's trying to do, which is take this space. Trying to close that gap though, Natang. Couldn't quite make it there in time, couldn't quite see the players either. So they are very nearby on CT, and of course they do know that Tomasi is somewhere around this ult. They're going to invest their own.
So yeah, we'll give them control of site here. But problem being, Martine
Where's
has his
safety?
ultimate. We'll be able to ping out some players here, potentially on the inside.
Yep, Takas though, gonna be one finding Shin. Magnum now under scrutiny, under pressure. We close down on, this is really messy here. Dipping between the two ults, still can't quite identify where they've gone. It's Martin to find a tank, Whalers to respond, and now one of the pits drop. Back and forth, Martin and Narrate, the last two standing, trying to close in, they can't quite get there. Narrate the last one alive, and he's been given no entry points to this. No one willing to try and challenge him now. The Gentlemate's looking to try and evacuate the site. This could be the first step in a long road back, but it is the first step, and a necessary one at that.
Chaotic to say the least, and it's unfortunate KC can't get a kill off Martin's ultimate here. I'm not sure if just the sight lines or Gentlemate's adjusting to be able to break line of sights. I mean, with obstacles in the way to prevent any spam kills coming through. Really well considered. Actually, yeah, maybe that's the kill that did change that, because I believe Takas was the first to be pinged out in between the two pits there.
Yeah, he was.
Oh. So maybe that is Shin dropping to try and find that opener. Like you said, first on a long road back into this half potentially. Burn up some ultimates as well though. TP now from Whalers, committed into the spawn.
Okay. Hello.
Now confirmed as well.
I don't know if Magnum got caught. He did. Whalers pushing forward, but Martin succeeded on the other side of the map, over towards that A main, and that spike is deep down towards it. So again, this is still topsy-turvy. This game getting very, very volatile. Narrate secured the threat towards CT, so they take back control towards A, and again, they've got themselves a man advantage here. Even with all that chaos, Carmine Corps still come out with numbers.
Pacey and decisive though from KC to remove that backline threat, especially with Martin.
Oh, wow.
A bit unconsidered here from Tamazi. Punished from a creep out of B main here.
It's huge as well. It gives them so much more room to work with. Yeah, Martin's still got some kit, but the tank's in a good position here.
Right. All the way around the world here. Probably going to see KC hold position for the time being.
Here.
Yeah, gonna note that TP. Ah, he almost caught him. Not quite close enough though. Shin gets to keep himself standing. Looking at this flank though coming in. The paranoia got sent. Does Narrate get a freebie? No. No one's open to this right now.
As well.
I don't know if it's been noted, but it looks kind of like they're looking this way. They absolutely are, but somehow Narrate knows. Takes down Takas, but it's a win on the side for the tank. Flying in, yes, but it doesn't matter. The tank's still standing. Gentlemates make it to a second.
Now they're starting to come online here. The tank get himself on the board finally with a couple of kills to his name. Bladestorm available, everything else spent so far in the last couple of rounds here. This is even after actually Whalers finds an open one to Magnum. I guess it's the same sort of thing, right? They're very, very eager to deal with this backline. Well, the tank, the second kill there, beautiful
Really
to Shin.
nice.
Able to deny the trade coming through.
Oh, a little
Wow.
smile.
Careful now.
Wholesome coach Cam. You don't get many of them.
No,
Blinded.
did have Barbar yesterday.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
yeah.
That's why I miss Minnie.
Scout destroyed.
Mostly because he just seems like upset. That's kind of funny. But Shin. Oh. Oh, it's not gone well. How's he alive? How is he alive? How did he take down Whalers? What's going on here? Oh, God, right out of the sky. Takas gets put in his grave. This is all going a bit Pete-Tong here. Bayaz on the trade out. We're down to a 3v2. The tank and Logan. Logan's position needs to be good, but the problem is that Magnum's still here. And that's just heartbreak. The tank's got to deliver. Show me something special here. The tank get a really nice end to that last round.
1v3, able to slip away with a spike here.
There's
So a
possibility.
chance to reset, 45 seconds left on the clock. I was curious if Magnum was going to drift a little further down mid there, maybe catch a footstep, but looking like he might just get the plant.
It's a lot on the tank, though.
I mean, you look at the utility
30
between
seconds
Magnum
left.
and Martin, though.
Yep.
Plenty of obstacles
They can.
along the way.
It'd be so hard to try and get out of this
Yeah, I mean,
unscathed
the
or
tank's
noted.
got a flash, but the chances of you ever flashing all three on the other side
Planted.
with that.
You're praying either that you get a 1v1, right? Which is, I mean, if it's Carmine Corps, it's very unlikely. Or you catch him off guard on some ungodly timing. Planted open, so maybe looking to punish, but does he try and subvert expectation by taking a quick fight? He does. not got what he wanted there. He wanted that clean, and he's not getting it clean. Oh, it was laboured in the end to Massey. Just simply numbers matter there. The tank didn't get the kill he wanted at the start, couldn't then readjust towards Heaven, but you can see the idea.
Maybe looking for the reset here so he can molly from Heaven as well.
Yeah.
Maybe just run the clock down on that initial contact, but doesn't come to fruition. How the hell Shin survives initially and still gets a kill? Beyond me. Narrate though, starting to light up the leaderboard, 12 and 5.
Yeah, he's a bit of a monster, isn't he?
Yeah. No surprise there. Kelsey
Time to jump. Here.
on topic for the day.
I'd say, well done.
Oh.
GCSE level French now, absolutely exhausted. We do have the ult for the tank, so keep that in your mind. We do have Bayaz's and Takis, so some actually pretty pivotal ones. Looking like they want to high prioritize that mid control. And again, gonna get it here. I'm patiently waiting to say cleanly, because I do see them kind of congregating towards Heaven as well. So as it stands, they've got what they wanted initially.
Yeah, Spike not committed this time around, so it looks as if Gentlemates are back to square one in terms of early round explorations.
Do they have, I mean, Bears has a flash, but are you going to use it this close by? How do they clear close? Well, that's a problem. Because they've already explored over towards B main as well.
Yeah.
They know what's happening.
Confirmation on both sides of the map.
Oh, God! It's a blender! And there's no real escaping it. The tank trying to bail him out, but look at the HP. Look at the damage he just suffered that. He can try and heal himself up for a second or two. I don't know if he's going to get everything he wanted from this, but still. Get numbers
30
advantage.
seconds left.
Carmine Core just, they don't give up needless kills. And look at the flank. If you missed it, take a glimpse towards Sewer. Two of them creeping closer. You're just going to leave one to follow along that pathing. Sitting on the off angle towards Heaven as well. Magnum here should be good for one time. Down to 10. Starting to run real low on time here. They have to commit towards the site and they can't back away because look who backfilled it. Narrate read this well. There's no escape, no way out. 4 seconds. And Narrate wants to let him know, as does Shin. This is Carmine Core's map for a very good reason.
Starting to look a little more like a clinic here. 6-round gap. Gentlemate's clinging to life in terms of this half. Tomazi, a beautiful open here. Unfortunately not to find the reset on the running back as well.
Yeah.
Like you said, the tank not even an opportunity to fully heal off that anyway.
Let's go, boys.
Back down to Sheriffs. For Gentlemates. Ultimates, well, done and dusted for this half, it feels like.
Yep. This is a little worrying. It's a little worrying. Oh dear.
Tank, yeah, needs a ton of damage. He's already thrown the molly in, so he's only got a wall to heal. But doesn't even have a wall here.
Look at the reaction though. You've got 5 players willing to brawl in middle. Carmine Core, yeah, they're making it hurt. They're just setting him up for more success. Shin, Narrate, they said, all right, you want to play explosive, we'll do the same. We'll run you down middle. You want middle, take it from us. And they can't. Logan now is a million miles away. But he does have a sheriff, and it is Logan.
Yeah. And we've seen something like this before on a map like this.
Yeah. All right, Logan.
Mitch
1v3.
somewhere in the studio having heart palpitations right now.
Did Enzo come in the camera or something? Okay.
But KC have completely given this space up. And Logan has to shift walk through it to worry about all these angles. Again, you just won't get a clean 1v1 down here in Sushi.
Oh. Okay, rifle.
Oh, you now almost bet against Logan.
30 seconds left.
Okay. Did they just check on the spike? I'm not sure if Tomasi can actually see that.
I think similar to the previous round, they're just happy to, in a 3v1 with the tank previously, happy to give up the plant.
I mean, they still have, if it gets real dicey, you got Martine's ult, you
Yeah.
still got so much kit on Magnum.
Close enough to hear this now, so
Spike planted.
that's an awkward plant spot as well that Logan settled for.
Well, here we go, Logan. If you've got some magic, pull it out now. Not to be. Carmine Core again, Mike. These guys, they're not making mistakes here today.
No, they're not. There's absolutely zero overheat
None.
from KC. Was militant in approach.
Yeah, absolutely drilled on this. I just, again, watching them play, I kind of love the juxtaposition of this round. You have this incredibly high intensity start, willing. First time we've seen them go for this active challenge in middle as well. First time they've re-fought this. And then it's Logan in 1v3. They're still not going to overpeak. They're still not going to make any of these undisciplined choices. It's really enjoyable to watch. Very, very good quality Valorant coming out. Can Gentlemates scrape a third together is the question, really.
On a hope and a prayer. We want to make a go of this in the second half. Tank again forced off that early angle, at least.
Is this the paranoia? Yeah, they were going for the little paranoia
And rightly
combo.
so. Yeah, Gentlemates to respect this. Completely disconnect from A main. But information game heavily in favor of KC once again.
Yeah, I mean, the second this stuff starts to happen, you have perfect responses made by these guys. They instantly put the player who's in addition towards A, leaves that alone. Okay, back towards mid at most. So the correct read from Gentlemates is to try and readdress this A site, right? Backfill the space that maybe they feel has been cleared, but there's still going to be Martin with the get out of jail free card,
He's
right?
heard these steps now, and
There
Shin's
it
got
is.
his TP, so... Well, actually, Shin doesn't even need to use it here.
I had one go towards Series here in this, being toyed with. How long does he stand on this one? Not too long. Again, doesn't want to give too much away. There's a double stack now towards top ramp as well.
Yeah, rotation comes through so early on the back of Martin's deep position.
God, they try and go
They're reconsidering again. Well, the tank's found a lurk, sure, but...
Last round, Bayer's got that freebie basically on Tomasi. I don't know if they can do this again.
30 seconds left.
Magnum spotted it. Yeah, should know now.
But look at the time, 25 seconds. They're hoping that they get safe passage, but Carmine Corp can catch the cross. They're disrespecting already. Magnum is playing this really well. Ooh, the timing on that is a bit dangerous, but he's reading it correctly, and now there's problems galore. There, they took CT. Yeah, they had a little bit of space in middle, but they still didn't secure the site. Narrates there. The tank has to come back around and try and apply the pressure from the back. Maybe a plant could be key now. This is huge. Digging their heels in. Martin makes his presence known through heaven. Now it's Martin and Shin trying to build back this round.
Still got a paranoia.
Shin trying to creep through CT. It's going to be an attack on the other side. They heard that. Backs away. Takas keeps his cool. This is going to be hard to break back in. So many angles to clear the tag. Tease him up and knocks him down. Shin doesn't have much to do here, really. This is going to be a horrible round. The tank with the heroics. Gotta say, that looked almost done there.
It felt like it should have been. KC were ahead of that. Magnum spots the info in mid at exactly the right time. Even winning out here, 10 seconds, spike goes down, but it's Natank who's here very late on this lurk. Wants a backstab. Even here, I think the information just not being relayed quick enough to Magnum. Gets punished further on default, so call it what you want, a blessing or a curse. We have our 9-3.
Yeah, we do. This is when you're hoping...
Especially when KC already demonstrated an ability to really diffuse that front line, or I guess play damage control, mitigate the pressure repeatedly. Whether or not actually Gentlemates with 3 rounds on the board have the confidence to really fully invest behind that sort of play style.
It's a little bit of spam from Magnum. Doesn't connect towards Whalers, but going to be going for the walk in middle. Shoulder peek will confirm. They are going for this. Narrate going to try and take that space right away, though. Chasing that Prowler all the way through, essentially. Whalers considers it. Does he keep his cool? I think he does.
No, sends the paranoia, yeah.
Okay. A little surprised, but they're going
That's
back
a big
towards
win.
Heaven.
I mean, other than the fact they're running into a 3-stack here.
Can Takas and Logan create a nice crossfire? It looks like the answer is yes for now, but they take down one side. Takas falls, and the... Wow, the flood towards the side worked, yeah, but Logan on a pistol, I mean, the guy is actually monstrous. But the tank now back to the wall. 3 players coming his way. Carmine Core trying to navigate the smokes. He's going to dip inside. He has a little bit of a look for himself, but he only actually finds 2. Does so well to bring this to a 1v1. Shin on one side, Whalers on the other. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Everything. Yeah, he absolutely has. Shin, what are you going to do with this one now, though? He's ready. Oh, and he still loses out. Whalers. Critical success for Whalers there. Gets them up to 4. He puts them on that comeback trajectory. So we're gonna have to try and connect these together, but down to a 1v1, that was still very close.
It was, yeah, and Casey kind of entertained getting down and dirty with Genomates on site here. Like I said, they're probably not anticipated. When the paranoia gets invested there,
Yeah.
I think Casey are probably reading there's an extra body or two behind that sort of utility investment, especially in a pistol round. So I don't think they're expecting to find as much resistance on B site here as they do. Nonetheless, Genomates first tick in the box here for the second half. Just classics on the side of KC here. I think Takas probably playing towards an operator in the next. No shield and a sheriff.
Headshot.
What on
Spike
earth
down
is
A.
that, Takas?
Play yourself towards a blade storm, I guess.
Yeah, take it all, mate.
Last player
Bloody
standing.
hell, what a monstrous round from Takas. There's a little bit of that mechanical capability on display. And you're right, Bladestorm not too many miles away. They has to shut the account down, and they managed to navigate that second round with very few threats.
Yeah, and get the upgrade for Takas, well, retained rifle, I should say. But as expected, third round operator in hand for Takas. We know exactly what he's capable of, probably on this map as well, historically. Still remember that ace over towards A-side from Takas.
Yep.
Certainly one of his, probably the highlight for Takas.
I think so.
Yeah, it's really fairly standard though. Have a opportunity to hold down A main here. Bayaz to clear out initially. Confirmation behind that with the flash as well, which is interesting.
Bring them down.
All right, this is all for Narrate to take over Heaven. And tries to go a little further. No trade available, and Logan going to take the wind out of their sails. Does get spotted down here. I don't know if he can back away from this, but a little bit of stall might help him out. Slow the roll, Sever. So there's aggression, but speaking of it, the tank going to take away B main as well. Nice response. They lose Heaven. They prioritize B main.
You have to respect these walls from the tank. Shin obviously just eats that flash. Always a possibility. Especially with the Viper in the composition as well, you have to be so conscious that the tank could be in so many different spots around the map. Now a 3v5.
Portal closed.
KC to try and recover. He has found one off screen.
Yeah, this is the main part of it though. Stall comes in. They don't want to entertain any of that. 5 on the other side. Looks like it's Bayaz who
30
wants to
seconds
secure
left.
this. Put the full stop to the sentence, but Carmine Corp be creeping through, trying to get away a little bit. I don't think there's much more they can achieve in this round, so maybe just trying to keep these rifles. This will be a 6 for Gentlemates, and they've got the ult to boot as well. They've got the tank ready to go on that. You know, the Takas wasn't too far away either.
I mean, in my eyes, have already done the hard work in terms of coming out
10 seconds left.
of a first half on a 9-3 deficit. You get your jet online in the second half. Ooh. Yeah, can afford to give one away, but looking to punish further. But yeah, like I said, early objectives, get your jet online, get an operator in hand, slow the game down a little bit, create some obstacles for KC to deal with on the fly. Well, that's the hard work done already. I think actually, yeah, the respect shown on the other side here from KC to call the timeout now.
I do want to see what Eng does as a reply to this, because Gentlemates have come out and actually looked incredibly well.
The driving seat, I guess, in terms of the ones to catch the other team off guard, right?
Here.
That's where Magnum will be tested in-game without the support of, you know, potentially in scrims where you have that 6th set of eyes.
Okay, operator, check. They know that's on 8. They're going to continue on. Carmine Corp trying to make a buy out of very little as well. Stinger's a classic, a ghost in here, but the 2 rifles, one with Martin, one with Narrate. They've got to be key to this success if they want it.
Spike
On the other
planted.
side, Gentlemate's starting to clear through the map, clear out what they can.
It's tough though. I mean, Bayaz has no util now for this retake. This retake is basically around the paranoia and the tank's util.
Yeah, but look at this stack on pillar, that's madness. They're all here, barring Martin. Martin's just been left to do what you can, try and find something, which he's done, but he's getting one of the rifles and attack
challenge
making
deal.
light work. And they're trying to keep themselves. They just caught a glimpse of another one towards pillar. Do they? No chin. But again, it's a classic and it's a stinger. Still hard to make work. Time's on a tick though. Can they still do more? Maybe. What? These are the 2 that hold on to the round. Takas has an operator. He's down on just a ghost. Oh, that's obscene from Carmine Core. Making it count in that sort of scenario just blows my mind.
Felt like it was wraps pretty quick.
The tank just clears
Yeah.
through, finds like 3. One of the rifles gets lost in CT. Oh, don't worry, the Stinger and the Classic's still there.
I mean, that's why we saw the stack maybe towards Pillar, where those sorts of weapons do excel.
True.
My ultimate is ready.
Yeah, a tough loss here. Tomasi's finding that one to the tank.
Let's go, boys.
I thought that was another kill coming out of the screen smoke there, but it's the tank to lose out, dropping from rafters again after the ultimate. Operator back in hand, I guess not fully reset financially. Some hope to cling on to here. Flash play out of the smoke here in mid. Dangerous, dangerous approach to an early round.
You saw them
Good
scarper
lord,
away,
yeah.
flee. No one's blind and they're probably around the corner. Absolutely bailed out of there real quick. But yeah, really bold play. Now, I mean, I don't know how much even util that's going to cost Carmine Core, because they already have the angle. They know one slipped down deep and mid. Yeah, you're probably going to still want to clear topside, but yeah, slow creep up. They're not that fussed by it yet. It's going to be Logan. Oh, you don't go.
He's in past 30% now on his toxin.
He's committed. Oh my god, this worked. Well, for one, I felt very individual there. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to give up some of the mid control and you're going to lose out a ton of utility in terms of denying sightlines towards A site and Heaven.
30 seconds
Now it's going to
left.
put Bayaz on red alert. Yeah, information will be garnered from site as well, so the tank revealed he's not going to have an opportunity to find a surprise flash.
Oh dear, Paranoia's connected. He's trying to back away. Player's life. Lovely counter flash, but it doesn't really matter. Bayer's going to only find one.
Spike down
Now, if the
A.
spike can make it to the site in time, all good, no
10
harm, no
seconds
foul.
left.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And the other two are quite far away. And Takas still with that operator may not be so encouraged to go for this, but
I mean, he's not. Has he got a? No, there's no rifle for him to upgrade from.
this gets tough. And Carmine Core, I mean, they do like to play around that pillar. Happy to sit behind it.
Oh, actually, yeah, there is one up here on rafters, but again, you don't want to give away a sound cue just yet. We'll swap
Player
out.
standing.
Stay down.
Takas needs to put on his cape. Make himself the hero here. Tries and fails. Tomasi, 2 rounds now. He's closed out by just leaping around the corner, and it works. Maybe still aware there could have been an operator in play, feeding himself up to the trade just in case, but still, 11-6. Mike, I kind of want to roll my mind back to what happened in mid there. Don't like what Logan was up to.
No.
And I'm normally a Logan fan, so it feels a little uncomfortable to see him leaving that
I mean, like
open.
I said, when you see the Toxin kind of go past 4 today, you're thinking he's committing
Nice,
towards
good job,
this, and
guys.
it's a one and done for your Viper very early on. I believe around the 50-second remaining mark. Yeah, that's a real roll of the dice that Logan's getting potentially 2 or 3 in that situation where it's then going to justify itself.
Yeah.
The margin is just so small on a play like that. And basically, you're banking on KC starting around slow and not having minimum 2 players outside Sushi.
They're walking this. Want to see a flash from the tank, and there's bodies. Timing is everything. Magnum's goes all in hand. Hello! Say, what the hell just went on, man? The corpse of Logan confusing enough, but it's going to be Carmine Core's opening things up. Whalers in no man's land just get swept aside. This has become messy. This is on Takas to try and do something magnificent with Assault, but
Spike planted.
Bayer's only with that Guardian. He's been spotted as well by Tomasi there. Dash about to wear down 2. They're both checking on him. There's no fun fights here for the man. No, Magnum's got him dead to rights. Bayer's now trying to back away. Gorgeous aim, but oh my god, Bayaz! Big
Always
man
a threat.
Bayaz almost had a round.
Big man Bayaz.
That's the one. I can't say, you know, anything else now. I can't say any other like B's, you know, it's big man Bayaz.
There's still some threat left in that.
Taste your fear!
But yeah, really weird exchange here. Another situation where I think the attack's trying to play into, you have to respect all of this kind of control of utility. Yeah. A sigh of relief
Yep.
and a smirk from Eng. As now KC find themselves map point. Some big ultimates in hand as well. Martin, Narey and Tomasi.
I'll handle this.
So actually Martin TP straight in here. Seeker's invested from very deep.
Really aggressive use.
It's a wide open site.
Yeah, he's got nice space here. And the rate not hindered at all as well. Gonna close that straight towards CT. Doesn't get the connection he wanted, but again, if you talk about space, he's got a fair amount of it.
I mean, they've done it now because they've secured the space for the pit to go down. It's
Lovely
actually going to
usage.
spread into screens as well.
Yeah, that cuts off one avenue, but Gentlemates are out early. Can they clear through this pit? Still a little bit of work for Bayas to do here, potentially. It's Shindefi and Takas. Paranoia gets posted, the tank gets slowed down, but again, they gotta push in towards this one. Start clearing on through.
They can't even step in because of that snake bite.
Yep, look at the combination on this. Carmine Core.
Attackers win.
A step ahead and a step above. For a moment or two, it looked like we had a game on our hands. Second, but you're right. Speaking of seconds, we are now seconds away from map 2. Carmine Core claiming map 1 in quite some fashion. It felt like Gentlemates couldn't quite push through enough to get in their faces. But what do you make of this comp then, head-to-head?
I mean, if you have to scroll back pretty far to see some Gentlemates Icebox results. This was always the composition they ran.
Yeah.
It just feels a little outdated.
You might say antiquated.
You might, if you could apply the context correctly for that word and not worry about using it before. But the tank's got up pretty close here, but Narrate's found the opener. Takas has fallen ahead of contact being taken on site.
It's not great. If you took it, talk about a checklist of things, you're not wanting that to really happen.
Standing ahead.
Things will slow down now as there's a double lurk out towards B. I'm not sure if the...
There we go, back on map duty, don't you worry. I got you, folks.
Sure, actually, if the turret was dealt with or Magnum had recalled it. You do see the timer ticking down on his UI, but...
Oh, I
This
kinda
is,
like the double fake.
yeah, bit of a double pump, the classic.
It's one of my
30 seconds
favorites.
left.
Triple's too far.
Yeah, triple's too far. And KC now left scratching their heads a little bit, but there is an opportunity for them to catch this rotation back in mid.
This is a weird round now. It's gone weird. It's gone weird. It feels like they know. It feels like they're a little bit aware of this.
Just give up at the last second.
Oh. Okay, so we are now into a 5v4 post-plant. KC still have a little bit of utility. Not lots. There is Wingman there. Already sent through into tank to be holding this one down. That wall being invested late, quite imperative. But Tomasi, this guy just, what? They just swept them. They just swept them.
Back-to-back flawless pistol rounds to open up the maps here.
Bloody hell. What are you meant to do with that? And Andalusia flawless to begin with.
Yeah, tough as well, like I said, for Gentlemates. I wish there was a camera sometimes. Just
I don't know what you mean.
you waving hands in front of me.
Friendly.
But yeah, it seems a little... It seems a little weird to start the round off like this. Like I said, Gentlemates ultimately trying to capitalize on two people finding some access towards B. I mean, credit to Magnum in that regard to be able to sniff that out when he did. And I think they read that as well as that's kind of Gentlemates re-exploring as a team back over towards a weird exchange that almost goes down in mid. Yeah, it's KC on the board first. Takas will throw a scope in the mix for round 2. It's like Tomazi's already realised that.
Yeah, it does seem as though that was the case. What can they... I'm just waiting to see what they're redoing here. This could be just kind of fact-finding, kind of getting the lay of the land, seeing what they're up against for the rest of this, what space they can take. Turret will be handled around the minute marker, but that does obviously indicate they've lost that tube control. So, again, for Carmine Core, they don't need to overly respond, but they do need to be now rather aware. And I actually kind of like what Gentlemates are doing, kind of, applying a little bit of pressure on some part of the map again, posting one player up in towards kitchen, and then sign of pressure on the other side. And basically another fake, right? But they're doing this with pistols, and actually they've landed 2 pretty key shots. So Spike should go down uncontested. But the problem is you're looking at the classics to hold this back, unless Takas can get there in time.
Here.
Yeah, the tank has to deliver something here. It's a headshot, but the rate quickly will trade that out, and actually the flash will confirm also.
Still waiting to see when Takas gets around to this. Does he even have line of sight towards the spike plant is what I'm curious about. First tap on it, trying to draw out Takas. I think he's been noted. The shot just got put up towards Belt, but Martin...
The drone?
I mean, somehow doesn't get punished on this, but the defuse, hello? The defuse has been happening. I guess he didn't have line of sight on it.
Will give up, maybe. All right, with 4 will remove the rifle, yes, and only hold on to the Bulldog. Ultimate online now. A very topsy-turvy round.
What have we been seeing? This does feel a little bit, I mean, I'm not going to draw a question mark on the board, but the fact we don't know much about Genmates on this map, it's not something we see them run very often. It leaves us with a lot of questions. I think Carmine Corp don't know quite where they're facing either.
Yeah, I mean, because also with no, I guess no recent aim. Again, you have to go back to previously and a long time ago. But I mean, even from last calendar year, they were 8-1 on this map, Gentlemates. Do you go back and look at that, especially with this comp? I don't think there's going to be many surprises. There's not really anything that, you know, outside of vanilla Valorant, so to say, that KC aren't going to be expecting with a comp like this.
Magnum, so ready for it, Bayaz.
And again, in the round that, the round that you come out with just 1 Bulldog in the previous, to be given an opener here to the initiator.
And I also want to highlight the positioning coming out from Martin, right? Pushing deep in towards middle. He's going to hear if they're going to try and go for these fakes again. He should be able to note this pretty early on. Yeah, he's only got a sheriff, so it's higher risk and hopefully a higher reward for him. Ay.
I guess.
Straight
Dash down to the open,
And they've not had the success they wanted.
Actually, yeah, turret's disconnected, so Spike's going to get caught here by Martin, potentially.
Wow.
The tank, sharp to it. Good awareness that...
Could have been someone.
Yeah, obviously Logan's progressed a little further into the map. Now, this should be a surprise. The Whalers is this deep.
Okay,
She
Whalers...
doesn't commit to it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he might have gone for a little bit of that. Logan gets played in, though. Just be careful to not be overwhelmed, though. He's got support in this as well. This is really nice. There we go. Gentlemates.
Good recovery.
On the board. Yeah, really nice there.
Really good recovery. Because again, you lose somebody in this composition. There's no flashes. There's no kind of... There's nothing to really spur on a reaction other than a dry gunfight. And it requires KC over-committing to anything that they do want to entertain. Sure, here they come in. There's only 1 Bulldog retained. Limited inventory, but that's the concern with a composition like this. It's that mid-round. If you lose Bayaz, or if you lose, you know, potentially Logan in the lurk or Takas on the front line, the odds just diminish so quickly for that second wave.
Now we did see Narrate get his ult on, I think it was last round, to be fair, but that is very much in the back pocket. First early, I'd say, dedicated attempt towards B, again, working towards ults. The tank going to have his. I haven't really seen them test this early, but it's very hard to stack your players out here, right? Unless you go for committed information, fully confirmed information, you can't really bank on anything, because Gentlemates, even on map 1, they're running around the map, just seeing where they feel like ending at this point. Still, a little bit of utility on Bayaz too. As you highlighted, they do lack some of that kind of replenished utility, right? They don't have that ability to go for 2-3 pumps on the site. If they lose out on one of these key players, they're going to start struggling to find that impact. But he does commit towards this, at least for now.
Yeah, you dig even further than that. You're losing the tank ahead of a site hit. You don't have the wall. You don't have that kind of safety net that you're really relying on. And like I said, it relies on KC kind of giving away clean plants.
They are running fakes. They are running fakes.
I'm sure it feels too convincing here. The start of Icebox, but we'll see if Gentlemates can tap into this sort of rhythm.
But the stall out here with the...
There's still another snake bite here, yeah.
That's what scares me. If you're going to run the fakes, you're going to be hoping that you're drawing the utility away. Now, Tomasi might be in danger because they're trying to flex towards CT, but actually, he's more than up for the challenge. Oh, dear, and Whalers in no man's land. Welcome to the new compositions. You can see why they're here.
And that is the sort of curveball that Gentlemates could throw with this composition. Takas getting very deep. Try and capitalize on that recon here in Snowman. Well handled by Tomasi, though. 3 kills and the supportive utility coming through as well.
What sort of timeout is this one? It's a mystery.
Compare in terms of the initiator difference here, but like I said, it does really change things. Especially if you're how Gentlemates want to approach the attack.
Okay, the back again. And I want to see if there's committed fact-finding. Now that's a problem, though. I don't know if Shin's going to continue along this. But he does have someone like Martin following up. So, and yeah, once you do this, none of these fakes work.
No.
If he doesn't overextend, that is. He doesn't need to. Oh, God. But he wants to.
And another.
Oh, just tee him up. Tee him up and drop him down. That's a punish. That's it. Guys, we know what you're doing. These
Yeah.
fakes ain't subtle. I've walked behind you and just cleared 3 of you. Nearly got Logan too, down to 5 HP.
In that lockdown, unlikely to see it utilized now. Magnum, I think, might have even just caught a glimpse on the way out.
Player
Well,
standing.
the alarm bot will give it a go away regardless. Now Bayaz, rifle in hand. Well, not for long. (4-1) now, and yeah, KC can start
Yeah.
doing things like this, and I don't even want to say keep getting behind these rotations.
They don't have to. They've sent a message with that.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, they can kind of brute force some of these engagements.
Yep.
Gentlemen want to keep playing into this.
Well, because it kind of like spirals into bigger issues, right? Because to stop early aggression, you have to commit utility or bodies behind it, right? You've got to be able to body check them on that. And it looks like Martin wants to double down. Now, that was a bit audacious. Daka sends him away.
He's feeling it from the previous round, obviously.
I've got this.
Step aside.
Well, Tomasi, though.
He's in a weird spot.
Oh,
It's not clean.
Not nice. Not pretty there. So, 2 opportunities. Oh,
Magnum's found 1 response.
yeah.
Won't necessarily prevent this spike from being planted. Might not even know where this wall is committed, actually.
Oh.
Yeah,
Spike
it's
planted.
just narrate to try and recover this.
Narrate doesn't
He doesn't want
have
me
shots
free,
like
surely.
that, though. No, you know what?
The tank doesn't have to res this.
He gets a 1v1 on Logan. It's not pretty. He takes a bit of damage for it, but he gets it. And then he like 1-taps Takas. That was wild. I don't know if it's this round. But it's definitely not this round. No. So I guess that's how you deal with the aggression. You deal with the Jet who's run at you at belt. So that works.
But coming back to that initial point, though, that, like KC have to do that for really, if you look at any early round here to go in Gentlemate's favour, and the rate's got the first actually. Wow, Logan. Not even finding line of sight there.
Finney's walls.
Yeah. Be able to keep something on that round. Again, ult's not really committed to that, not necessary.
Hello.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, some interesting engagements to kick this off.
I mean, after talking about kind of the discipline that we were enjoying from Casey, I think they need to kind of reel it in a little bit. I mean, I don't mind. I like the idea behind it. It's the execution I'd like to see them a little bit more
Don't overthink
crafted
it.
on.
That's my
Obviously, hindsight's 20/20. That didn't work out. Cool. Maybe you do see Martin hit a filthy shot. And you're like, cool, fair enough. Oh dear. Oh god.
Destroyed.
Wait,
Did he just
surely
headshot?
no, that was the turret. That had to be the turret finding that. Yeah.
I was about to say.
That was like the most Asuna moment ever on a rope.
Jackass. Gonna try and take this space for them. Okay. So again, a little bit more of a standardized round. Oh, Narrate's found Jackass lingering. And it looks like a pre-take potentially, especially with Dizzy committed, but Gentlemate's away they go.
Again, back to the pendulum swing.
They've lost out on Taka, so that's the tip of the spear gone.
Yeah, and it's deep as well, so unless
They're re-clearing.
Gentlemates want to pivot back this direction, they're not going to be able to make use of that res. And actually, I think that's why we see KC play ahead of it.
Do they get caught?
Well, Magnums don't swing this.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
swing it again.
Yeah, go, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, he only gets a little bit. But now Martin is kind of stuck here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give away the sound cue with
No.
the updraft here. He's ahead of the wall.
It's a weird position, and it actually works out for him.
Spike down A.
That's filthiness. Poor old Tank just didn't expect it, right? He's there just like, well, surely no one's sat on this corner, and now the problem is that Carmichael have bodies on this side. They've lost the ability to try and get favorable numbers. So Bayaz and Logan would have to do some heavy lifting, and sadly for Bayaz, he's not going to be able to do it. So for Logan, time to try and
10
keep hold of the
seconds
rifle and
left.
back away here.
That is huge from Magnum, though.
Yeah,
Like I said, even with the res in that situation, it's like, yeah, you can go 1-for-1, but they're going to be able to cancel it out anyway. Over delivery from him. will find KC their 5th.
Yep.
I think as well, Martin, I believe he was up in Nest previously. He was just about peeling away from that. I think the plan was to leave Magnum posted up a little deeper, but like I said, huge from him to find Bayaz and also find the swing here from Whalers.
Toxin screen down. One enemy remaining.
But yeah, this slow burn really not suiting Gentlemates. Once again, we saw a similar approach to start off on map 1. Where, you know, it's both the duelists losing out repeatedly on the front lines.
Right.
And like I said, it just...
In a minute. So you are looking to maybe lean into those aspects and punish it a little bit more, but keeping their cool and composure is critical.
Get out
Now,
of my way.
loads of ults to play with for Gentlemates. 2 on deck for Carmine Corp. Narrate, a bit of an off angle. No utility committed to clearing this earlier on, so he's going to get away with the first. There was a second body here, and Logan's got the trade, so that opens up a chance.
Big, and actually, we'll be able to reset and find the heal potentially. I mean, maybe a little later on in the round, but the attack's traded out now. Shin to double down on that. Logan will have to play out with 30 HP, and it's not enough. Magnum will remove that threat as well. Takas. Blade Storm.
Here we go.
But a 1v3.
Gun here.
Hello.
Oh, picking out the weapon to himself.
That's good.
Blocking sight.
Michael is very serious.
Well, yeah, you tried to whisper, but...
Well, there's a wall there.
Spike's still accessible for him. 30 seconds, so some time to play
I got the
with.
spike.
Yep.
Gonna get away unscathed, actually.
Okay.
I mean, it's a
30
similar
seconds
approach
left.
to what we saw on Split. It's
Yep.
give the spike up, force the hand, let the clock run down.
Yep.
They'll stack up and play as 3 here.
Oh.
Now, what's interesting is actually if Takas finds a sight line.
And I think with the time running so low and not seeing any presence towards B, they are
10
going to be very
seconds
aware
left.
this could be the AP. So again, we're going to see them work together on this. Takas, unsure of what safety he has,
Spike
really.
planted.
So I want to see how he sits for this post plant, because that plant doesn't look good for him here.
No. No, he's kind of got a bank on...
Oh, and the
actually,
rest.
well, Shin will
Well.
respect it enough. He's getting the rate back on his feet.
I don't see what he's got, because Narrate's got his full utility.
Yeah.
He's still got Dizzy, he's still got Wingman. And that plant can be easily diffused with Wingman on it as well. Which is probably what's going to be happening right now. Yeah, Carmine Core never in real trouble in this round. Takas looked a little threatening, but yeah.
But he
no,
get
no
fourth
problems.
back on his feet, and actually it's a 5th to find the defuse as well, yeah.
Yep.
Tough, really, for Takas to even get a say in that outcome.
Down B. One enemy remaining.
Now the scoreline stretching even further. Obviously, he did start map 1 with a 9-3 half. So it might be leaning in that direction. Some key ultimates here for Gentlemates, though. Have the lockdown and the pit. The Hunter's Fury as well for Bayaz, who's had a stinker to this 1 and 9.
Yeah.
It was only really Logan to get on the board, to be quite honest.
I mean, always enjoyed seeing Logan on the Killjoy. It was always fun initially.
Mid split coming through here, though.
Yeah, a little bit pacey. Maybe looking to punish Narrate, but again, this guy succeeds. He wants even a bit more. He's got the ult too if he fancies it, see what he can achieve with, but it's Takas try and close. But you don't get to do that to Narrate.
The backstab as well. Oh no, yeah, they have to wall him off
They've
to
had
stop him
enough.
from getting any
Freeze
more
him
kills.
out. Oh, Bayaz at least going to find some safety in CT, but Narrate closing the gap, hunting him down.
They're just dumping util towards the
It's like,
right path.
please go away. We don't want this.
This is an ace. Oh no,
Oh,
it's not.
Tomasi. Even the crowd's laughing with that. Like, come on, that was nice.
Yeah, the pace change not suiting Gentlemates at all here. Narrate seals the deal on Tube. The first real pickup in pace we've seen from Gentlemates, to be honest.
One enemy remaining.
That's the thing, if you just can't pin down an opening engagement, you lose any of these. Bombastic side eye.
Criminal offensive side eye. Get off of TikTok, please. God help me.
Still sitting on these ultimates as well.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
look.
getting to the point where Gentlemates can set themselves up to make use of them.
I'm a little worried this is kind of running out of steam here. Gentlemates need a round, and you see what Tomasi's weighing with.
Yeah.
Make things even harder.
Again, the Nano Swarm on site is dealt with. Lockdown will basically cancel this out. I mean, there's a chance for Tomasi to get back in this, but it's going to be on a predictable angle to spam. He'll try and throw a snake bite in. He's actually second guesses himself here. So actually, yeah, we'll have to concede the pit.
Yeah, and the counter pit's going to be invested as well. That's going to be a little bit close to the other side, but there's the counter lockdown. That's a little bit bizarre to me. They had site control. What? Casey fully not expected to be playing on the site. What is going on? And Martin's just got two? I wish I could tell you what's happening. I know it's my job, but right now I don't know. Martin and Tomasi clearing house after what was one of the weirdest rounds I've seen in a minute. Michael, let's have that in half speed so you can really take your time on it.
I mean, usually, I was saying this yesterday, we see the lockdown on the stairs to heaven more often than not with these sorts of scenarios. Lockdown in the open, I guess, is a total distraction for what's about to happen.
Sure.
In the race ultimate comes in, it finds, I don't know if it's one or two.
Here we go. Running it back for you, Mike. Does it make any more sense?
No. This is beautiful from Martin.
It was incredible.
Enemy remaining.
Again, just the pace at which KC are able to operate here and follow up on Martin's success. Well,
they've decided to
another
challenge the rate
round?
again. God.
Oh.
Okay, it takes a jumping Sova to get in there. But Shin's isolated Takas on top of Tube and slowly does it. Magnum creeps in. Finds Bayaz, and they've got the res. Bayaz back up.
They swing on this?
Yeah, Chin is absolutely tearing them apart. It's just Logan, and Magnum's got the trade. Mike, this hasn't been a pretty performance from Gentlemates.
And that sort of round just feels like, okay, well, we nearly found through this, try and overwhelm the rate again. They managed to this time, but it's basically 4 people, 2 under tube, 2 into tube.
Last round
to try and find it, and it's throw it out, see if it sticks sort of thing. We'll at least have a purchase here. Yeah, Magnum swinging through the slow up. Shin with a nice catch actually onto Whalers here.
Shin had a fantastic round. All teed up for him. I mean, he didn't have to work particularly hard off that first shot.
He said, I'm back. Nice, Shin. What are you doing?
Yeah, so now looking to improve on map 1's performance.
Yeah,
Got themselves a 10-2 half.
Yeah.
Like I said, still rifles here. 2 Guardians to round it out. No ultimates in play. Martin.
Hello.
Wait, did he think he'd killed him?
Did Takas think, was he just spamming? I don't know what just happened there. I hope we get to see that back. If we could just bookmark it. I don't. And then the tank just. I don't know what's happening this round, Michael.
I mean, he was spamming, but I feel like he must have seen something.
Yeah, you're not just going to shoot that, right? Right?
We'll have to see if we do get a replay of it. Wall goes up here. The tank will remove a chunk.
Do they commit? Again, fakey boys.
Yeah, and it's a fake with some utility invested.
Yep.
Yeah, now they have to wait out for the recon to come back from Bayaz to really find any tangibles. So both jets removed here. Will definitely slow the round down.
Maybe hoping for a mid split, but
30 seconds left.
Magnum's still keeping eyes on this. No, he won't. He's going to hear it. Oh my word.
Second time the raid's caught.
Yeah.
For a jump peek through that poison orb.
And Go will not be happy. But Tomasi just found Bayaz, so they've lost out of some of the safety here. Look at the area that Gentlemates have to play with. There's nothing to it. It's only the site itself, really. They don't have CT control. They don't have B long.
Very awkward plant to play around as well.
We're going to need, hopefully, one of these players to find one of the players in CT. No, Magnum outdoes Logan. It's all on Whalers, middle of the open. They've improved.
Yeah, they find the improvement. 10-2 half. Yeah, it doesn't look any better on the replay, to be honest with you.
No.
Rough start here. Actually, 6 on the bounce, 5 of them being retakes for Carmine, looking very comfortable, set themselves up to seal the deal on this series. A commanding lead.
Yeah. I think this one is, and here's the thing, right? Content brain goes, yeah, French derby, how exciting. And it is, there is genuine excitement to that, cool. But the issue is we do have Carmine Corps, who's one of the teams who were going through to international events, right? They made it to Madrid. Yeah, they fell a little short, but still, they are a top-end team. Gentlemates, they are still new to this level of competition. It's a very stark contrast here.
Yeah, I mean, you compare both lifespans with the new roster here for KC
Yes.
and Gentlemates. We're very early on in both lifespans. Like I said, coming away from their first international, and we see kind of the recovery, the bounce back from what they maybe felt was a little disappointing. And likewise for Gentlemates, still kind of getting a lay of the land here in
Figuring it
VCT.
out. Okay, Takas couldn't quite get the follow-up, but a nice start, but it's Carmine Corps to claim 2. Plant's gonna be coming down. And Whalers just dives in, isolates Shin. Nice follow-up from Logan. There he is, the Pistolero himself. Finally seeing a bit of magic out of Logan. But it is the Danger Man, Narrate. And of all the players,
It's above this wall, so the tank might get caught.
clean enough. Has he spotted all of them?
Yeah.
I think he has.
Oh
God.
my God.
God.
He actually adjusted after that first
God.
headshot as well.
It's all good. 3 alive. 3 rounds. It's a long way back.
Like I said, on Split, did the hard work, I guess, in terms of getting off the board in the second half. That's always the tough thing, to bounce back from a half like that, get the pistol round, convert it into some sort of financial buffer.
One enemy.
Whether or not they can repeat their success here, the margin a little smaller by a round.
Okay. But I want to see more from Gentlemates on this map. It'd be a shame to not see a little bit more of this half, right? Again, I don't know how I feel about the composition, if I'm completely honest, or where this is in their like map pool comfort, but this was their choice. This was their first pick in this. This is what they went for. So I'm hoping there's some method to the madness. As it stands, Magnum being loud about it, trying to draw the attention.
It's almost faking that they forced up here. So maybe want to push Gentlemates back
Watching
into
here.
a deeper position.
Oh, the tank though.
Side.
Down. B.
Nice.
Hang on, I was going to say,
Okay.
Magnum, was he not checked under? I mean, the drone went straight over his head.
I don't know if they saw him, maybe he clung to the wall close enough they didn't get spotted by it.
It looked like he was going to try and make a play on the back of it or just avoid sightlines. But he's got himself a big upgrade here.
And he's got himself a weird position. He's got himself a really weird position. He could... No, okay, there we go, caught. Logan's found him. That's Magnum gone. And now what do they do? Oh my God, they do that. Martine.
Player standing.
Oh, he just can't pick it up. And now Tomazi, 52 HP. Seen the tank conscious to try and police this weapon still.
30 seconds
Ah,
left.
we'll give Tomazi a shot step.
Yeah. Didn't want to risk too much there.
Screen down.
He's looking for that pick.
You don't really want to see the tank
Nope.
challenge this.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, the timing.
well,
There we go.
yeah,
Okay.
well played.
Yeah. I was a bit worried there because that is the ideal scenario for Tomasi.
Just
If it's
because
a
of the space,
1v3.
yeah, you look at the minimap, then he has a chance for the clean plant
Correct.
to reset fully and find himself a follow-up engagement. Well, like I said, hard work was done on Split. They managed to string it into something feasible to answer back in the second half. First 2 on the board here for Gentlemates. Operator in hand now for Takas.
There we go. This is the first big challenge though. No ults there for Carmine Corps to bank on to try and be disruptive. But a very quick beginning here. Takas not on the right side of this though. He's going to be on the other side of the map
Bomb
towards
grenade
B.
out.
So he's going to be on the 2 here to try and hold on to this. And it looks like they're already posturing to kind of sit a little bit deeper. Maybe go for the retake, but still willing to challenge. Oh my, okay, it was the tank who got that. Otherwise, I was baffled how Bayaz may have connected it. But for now, Carmine Corps do make it to the side. But of course, they've lost out on Martine on the way.
Wingman's planting.
Plant will come through. Chance of denying that here with the utility.
Spike planted.
They see, look to dig their heels in actually.
Yeah, they're not sitting deep at all. They're sitting on site, which it looks like the tank wants to clear. Only an array to draw blood. It's all on to Massey in a 1v3 in the tank. Whaler's low, but it's not enough. Takas delivers the fatal bullet to this round. There's life in him yet.
A great overwhelm here. Tank obviously going to give up the defuse here. Red's already online for him. Not going to see it invested here for the finances. That gap down to 5.
Nice work from the tank there.
One enemy.
That's the Phoenix shining through on the Sage. The Battle Sage.
Yes, the infamous Battle Sage.
Here.
All right,
A little bit of
10-5.
a little bit of a reset, but still some investment on the side of Carmine. Some stingers, Guardian and a Bulldog. No ultimates just yet, but Narrate only missing 1 orb. So a chance to make this interesting.
It's pacey.
Chance to make it pacey, yeah.
Yeah, happy to go for this again. Remember last time around, Genomates did go for the active fight on this. Bayaz and the tank both stuck around to try and find one. Don't know if they're going to do the same again now. Yeah, it looks like they are at least trying to catch one on the cross, perhaps. Dangerous, been spotted. Good damage. Not going to get you much more than that. Needs to fall away. This time they're going to keep 5 standing here. Well, I say that, Shin, to be careful. Going to be fine now, but...
Martin's just so precise. Sorry, just with the
Yeah.
ADS spray onto that pre-fire
Spike
angle
planted.
there.
Okay.
Fortunate to find a chip of damage.
So now looking at the post plant, Tomasi doesn't have util to sit for, you know, the deeper post plant. Narrate has what? Dizzy and
Revealing
Bosch?
area.
They don't have what they had before. Now they do have the Guardian there, they do have the Bulldog, but Tank comes back in and does what he did before. Clears house. That's gonna be then Takas on the follow-up. Magnum now, Bulldog ready, but he takes a little chip of damage. It's Tomasi from afar. Wall gonna go up, and there's the ult though. Narrate gonna invest it into this round. Does he get played in off the back? He denies the defuse. Hold on, there's
Oh my
problems
gosh.
now. What has gone on? He got both of them on the defuse, I'm pretty sure.
That's really tough because the wall, obviously a chunk is removed, but it's actually a tight plant into the corner. Yeah, like you said, the AoE here of the ultimate coming through pays dividends. This is after Gentlemates get, like I said, both. Great catch on the replay here for the Bulldog
There
spray.
they are.
Yeah.
Both of them caught.
Beautiful conversion. That's just brilliant.
I love these two. You couldn't get polar opposites.
couldn't.
Could you?
You
It's just
couldn't.
perfect. Oh man. And we do have Takas on an active angle here, so we have been seeing Carmine call the running utility to clear up close. I don't know how much they're going to invest here, but all of this kind of feign of presence will be red. Backing away.
So just how deep a position Whalers is holding here towards B as well. Jones sent through on 8, so we'll pull the tank into a rotation,
Yeah.
as well as Logan. See what the plan of attack here is for KC. That window of opportunity is closing pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I say that, but just knowing how this game's gone, they'll probably just hit like 3 shots through a wall and they'll be fine, but they're gonna get themselves a plant for free. Wall's a little bit of an issue. Narrate's gone down. That was Whalers finding that.
Spike planted.
Not sure what sort of vision he had on him. Maybe just as the wall broke, catching him. Has tried to slip down towards B long, but they... Ooh, shit. You wanted that one. Been nice to secure middle a little bit more, but he now knows the pressure's coming his way. Martin has isolated Bayaz, and Shin trying to find any bit of comfort, and he's finding nothing, right? Like, he is just surrounded. Finally gets cleared out, Rez comes in, 5v3. Tomasi, Magnum, and well, I was gonna say Martin, but not for long. Sweeping back through, it's all on Magnum, and he has been pushed aside. Gentlemates on the retake, the early read off the aggression, Mike, that paid off.
Yeah, and as soon as the Reds comes through, you can even see here the layering. The fact that they're able to get the poison orb up to block that, I guess to prevent line of sight coming back through the chunk in the hole, the wall, sorry. Then also, the res comes through, and there's not enough pressure here alongside Shin, who struggles to pin down the first. Then he gets a little overwhelmed because there's so much to worry about. here, Gentlemates will find a fourth in this second half. 5 rounds to go, though. Still a big gap. Necessarily reflect that just yet. Got a buy or two in hand, so still delicate in that regard. But there's an operator. Takas one off the Blade Storm, so positives none of that, yeah.
A little nervy then. And now, do they clear this? Do they figure this out? Because they didn't clear deep enough or commit utility deep enough to figure out where this operator was, which allowed all of that rotating to come
Well, previously, yeah, we saw the drone invested behind this. Don't see it invested now, and that was what drew the tank into a rotation. Now it's just Takas on the front line here.
He's got to run.
Could get one down.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
they assume it's just one.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. The tank in unison there, ready to back him up, make sure he got away safely. They're looking like they're just trying to pressure this. Magnum and Narrate are the ones with the rifles, the rest on pistols. Still standing tall, the tank tries to go ahead and actually gets punished. They've opened up a chance. Now, is there a recovered rifle? There is. Shin now gets himself the upgrade. Plant gonna come in, and now there's problems.
So it's Magnum to Plant as well, so the lockdown will be available.
Wingman, gonna slow them down here, but they're up close and they're personal. This is a dangerous scenario, and they're willing to fight. Carmine Corp, on the back of Magnum that round, punishing the aggression in the end and just continuing to apply that pressure.
Technically, the only 2 successes here come from Thrifties. I'm not sure of the investment last time around on that Stinger round, but they squeeze out a second to bring themselves to series point as Gentlemates to pump the brake.
Oh, the desperation you can see on the tank trying to swing that, really trying to get them both on the site, but...
Nice! Nice!
And now it's Gentlemates on the timeout as well. So they've still got a purchase here, I think.
I guess what's the response in turn from KC? Gentlemates will adjust. Takas will be
right there,
tasked in mid. And yeah, the adjustment will be the pit to be invested. Off the rip, we'll close off pipes, any access on the low ground at least towards A.
Midwalk? Seeing both of them. Okay, just gonna post up Takas for now, looks like.
You should run.
This is scary now.
Lockdown will cancel out.
Good. That tank, that was very bold, but
Be removed. Actually, yeah, no further tag onto this.
didn't get it. The tank's dead. There's a trade and there's a follow-up. No! Oh, it couldn't have gone worse for him. Bayaz, you gotta do something here. Plant's gonna be coming in. They need this. Logan and Takas are the ones with the weaponry. Oh, but you've just heard it there. Tomasi investing that Viper's pit, smothering the site. Takas looking for an opportunity above, maybe. But they're waiting down below. Any utility to clear. They've still got the outdrone with Bayaz. There's nothing on the back lines. They're all in that pit. And he can confirm it. They've got to clear this now. They're shocked out this outdrone. Any bit of kit needs to be used now. Logan's found Magnum, but they're just trying to slip away between the bullets, but there's still a problem. They still need to clear. Bayaz goes down. Takas dives in. And just to his death, Logan in a 1v3 and time is against him. A great player, sure, but he can't beat the clock here. Surely not. No, he can't. Tomasi, the one to do it. Carmine